how to do leveraging, how to leverage these new people so that you can create additional volume. And the first thing that you want to do is you want to go ahead and enroll a new person, right? It all starts with you being in action. So you enroll a new person and you're going to place them front line to you. That's where they're going to be parked temporarily. And of course, remember, that means that for the moment, you are both the enroller and the sponsor. Now, as you do presentations, you're going to have people that don't sign up immediately, right? There's two types of people that see our presentations, the ones that get in right away and the ones that you get in a little bit later. Everyone else, everybody that doesn't get in right away, you want to keep a list of those people. And, Jim, I like to call that the on the fence list. And the people who are on the fence list are the people who they've seen a presentation, they haven't made a decision yet, right? So maybe these are the ones that are out there thinking about it, like we talked about, or still trying to find the money, or doing more research, or they gave a soft no. And people ask me all the time, Jim. They say, "What's a soft no?" I say a soft no is anything other than a hard no. A hard no is, don't ever talk to me about this again. Leave me alone. I don't want to hear about Unicity anymore. If they don't say that, it's a soft no. If they say, listen, I like it, it looks good, but I just don't have the time to do it. Soft no. Hey, I just don't have the money. Soft no. My husband said no. My wife said no. Soft no, soft no. Anything other than leave me alone is a soft no. And what you want to do is you want to take that list and you want to number it from the easiest person to get in to the most difficult person to get in. So what that means is, the person that you believe is the easiest person to get them to a positive decision, go ahead and put a 1 next to them. And if there are 10 people on that list, the person who gets a 10 should be the person that you think is the hardest person to turn around. They get a 10. Because what we're going to do now is we're going to start to approach those people and give them the opportunity to override the people that are in your holding tank, right? One or more of them. So you're going to call the easiest person first. And let's say that the easiest person is Ben, right? So I'm going to call up Ben, Jim, and I'm going to say, hey, Ben, how you doing? Right? Because you're going to always be cordial. I say, great. Hey, Ben, I'm calling you because you took a look at my Unicity business. And you were very favorable. But, you didn't make a decision yet. You said you were going off to think about it. You were going off to count your change or whatever. Or maybe Ben said no. So then I would say, you took a look at Unicity and you were favorable, but you said you didn't have the money, so you weren't going to do it now. Or you said you felt like you had too much on your plate, whatever. Okay? So that's how I'm going to start the conversation, Jim. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say, but Ben, did you really understand how we're building this with our team building strategy? And I'm going to explain it. I'm going to say, listen, the way we're working is I'm building 3 teams. And everybody that I bring in, I'm putting on those 3 teams. I've already brought in way more than 3 people. So what I'm doing is I'm putting them underneath the people that are already there. And if you got started, one of those people would be you. And what that means is that I could be, the way that we're placing people, I could be helping you with as much as 30 to 60% of your business. And then you'd have to just do the remaining, 40 to 70%. And you'd still get 100% of the payout. And so because of this, we're creating a massive explosion. Well, listen, Ben, I want to give you a special opportunity. I have some people that just got started right now, or I've got a person that just got started, or some people, whichever one is accurate. And these are some fired up folks. They are ready to go for it. As a matter of fact, they represent the opportunity to explode some new areas. And here's the deal I'll make you. If you can make a decision to get started right now, I've got at least one person to place underneath you, and that's going to give you a head start. Or if maybe Ben is the 10th person on the list, he's the most difficult person, he's the one with his arms crossed the hardest, I say, hey, Ben, listen. You get started right now. I've got 5 people to put underneath you, if that's what I have, right? Because I'm going to save the bigger numbers for the more difficult people. Well, maybe Ben says, wow, Tigray, that's something. So how do I get started again? And that's what happens usually, Jim. They start asking him, so how do you get started? What does it cost again? Can you go over those with me one more time? And so we go over them. And he says, okay, listen, I think I can do that junior manager. I just need to go move some money around. Can I have a little bit of time? And when they do that, folks, what you want to do is you want to give them a deadline. I'm going to say, sure, Ben, you can have a little bit of time, but listen, I got to get these folks set up and situated. So here's the deal. I need to hear from you. Right now it's 11 a.m. here in Texas. I need to hear from you in the next 2 hours. Can you make it happen in the next 2 hours? Great. So I'm looking forward to hearing from you about 1 p.m. At that time. Otherwise, I'm going to have to keep going with this, okay? Awesome. So you give him a deadline, right? Now, if he says yes, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to go ahead and enroll him frontline temporarily. I'm going to put him in the holding tent too. And I'm going to write down in my notes, Jim, what I promised Ben. So if I promised Ben one person, I'm going to put down I promised Ben one person. If I promised Ben 3 people, I'm going to put down I promised Ben 3 people. Because it's so important, folks, that we keep our word with people and we operate with integrity. Okay? So whatever it is you tell a person you're going to do, you want to make sure you do it. But either way, now that Ben said yes, maybe I told him I had one person, now guess what I have? I've got 2 that I can continue to leverage and continue to make calls with. So I'm going to continue to work my way up that on the fence list. And when I'm done, I might now have turned that one person, Jim, into 5 people. As a matter of fact, our record is turning one person into 19 people, right? So that's crazy. And now, in order to keep track of it, remember what we talked about before, we're going to fill it all in on the worksheet first. Right, we're going to put everybody in their proper places. That way, if we make mistakes, we can simply erase it and move people around and whatever and do it until we got it just right and we've kept our word and given everybody what we promised them. And we've also had the opportunity to structure it the way we want to. And by the way, Jim, I just want to say, you don't always have to promise everybody everything. You can say at least one person and see how far you can get with that. That way, you can leave yourself some flexibility sometimes. But you get it all situated on your worksheet first, and then you log in, and you start making your placement moves, or your enrollments, whichever one is most applicable at that time.